disappointing night that we should quickly move on from because the road ahead is tougher than it was yesterday. It requires 3 perfect games from the boys to book a place in the playoffs, and your unconditional support can be the driving force. Mike, disappointing result, some of the evening for us?
Yeah, very disappointing. Obviously, we got up to a tough start. Thought Maxwell and Faf were exceptional. They got us back not only in the game, probably slightly ahead of the game, and then obviously lost 3 wickets in a couple of overs, which really set us back. And from that point, we weren't able to get what would be a competitive score.
The disappointing thing about today's match was that we didn't compete. I mean, we put up a decent score on that wicket. 200 was a very competitive total, but the thing is that I just felt that we were never in the game. Warney brought us back with those 2 wickets, but after that, during the course of that partnership, we didn't really look like picking up a wicket nor putting that much pressure on the batsman. So I think that was the most disappointing factor of today's game.
We spoke about the toss being crucial. Did that play a huge impact? We saw the dew setting in the second half.
Oh look, obviously the toss was one that we would have liked to have won. It nibbled around a little bit early on. Obviously we lost a couple of wickets in that instance, and then as I said, we got ourselves back in it. But it was tough for the ball, obviously, especially when you're trying to bowl a lot of cutters and slower balls. But we probably expect a bit more of ourselves in terms of our execution with the ball.
The mid-table points table, the traffic there is getting tougher and tougher. Would the remainder of the games virtually be treated as a knockout?
Look, I mean, they have been. The last few games, every game's obviously one we're desperate to win. We know that it's probably very much, we're going to need to win 3 out of 3, but, we can only win 1 at a time. So we know that tonight, as I said, we got ourselves in a position where we're probably slightly ahead of the game, and then couldn't capitalise. We know that we're going to have to be a little bit more ruthless if we get ourselves in that position again.
Faf and Maxi had a great partnership going. In fact, they were bringing us 11 runs per over, but after Maxi got out, the runs kind of dropped. It became 8.4. Would we have expected a little more from the middle order batting?
Yeah, certainly. I mean, especially on a track like this at Wankhede, you would, with maybe 4 or 5 wickets in hand, and more so with the impact rule, and we got Kedar in as well. So enough batting towards the lower end of the innings. So certainly short by 10 runs towards in the last 5 overs or so. But I just felt that the most disappointing factor was that we were never into the match when we were looking to defend that score.
What changes would you like to bring in, Sanjay, for the remainder of the games, considering the qualification is the centre focus of it all, and we've made it to the qualifications for the last 3 years in a row?
Yeah, we have, but that's history. And what actually generally this season is the season for us to improve on that, and that is our focus, that is our goal, because we do not really want to hold back onto past laurels, and that's where come the next game we want to have a strong response. We want to fight back well and compete, because if we do that for longer periods, I'm sure that the team knows. I mean, most of the cricketing fraternity knows that the potential of this team. So we want to come back strong and really put those 2 performances behind us. In the past 2 games, those chases have been pretty one-sided, and that's where I felt that we just need to pull up and churn out better performance.